Mandy and I welcome you back to day 39 of 40 readings in Lent. Today is what we call Holy Saturday. It's the day between Good Friday and Easter Sunday. And we are going to read about how they buried Jesus and rolled the stone into place. John 19, verse 38, the burial of Jesus. Later, Joseph of Arimathea asked Pilate for the body of Jesus. Now Joseph was a disciple of Jesus, but secretly because he feared the Jews. With Pilate's permission, he came and took the body away. He was accompanied by Nicodemus, the man who earlier had visited Jesus at night. Nicodemus bought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 75 pounds. Taking Jesus' body, the two of them wrapped it, with the spices, in strips of linen. This was in accordance with the Jewish burial customs. At the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb in which no one had ever been laid. Because it was the Jewish day of preparation, and since the tomb was nearby, they laid Jesus there. Now we're going to read about Jesus' burial in Luke 23. Luke 23, verse 50, Jesus' burial. Now there was a man named Joseph, a member of the council, a good and upright man, who had not consented to their decision and action. He came from the Judean town of Arimathea, and he was waiting for the kingdom of God. Going to Pilate, he asked for Jesus' body. Then he took it down, wrapped it in linen cloth, and placed it in a tomb cut in the rock, one in which no one had yet been laid. It was preparation day, and the Sabbath day was about to begin. The women who had come with Jesus from Galilee followed Joseph and saw the tomb and how his body was laid in it. Then they went home and prepared spices and perfumes. But they rested on the Sabbath in obedience to the commandment. I like how each gospel gives us a little different view about the burial of Jesus. Now let's read in Matthew chapter 27. Matthew 27, verse 57, the burial of Jesus. As evening approached, there came a rich man from Arimathea named Joseph, who had himself become a disciple of Jesus. Going to Pilate, he asked for Jesus' body, and Pilate ordered that it be given to him. Joseph took the body, wrapped it in a clean linen cloth, and placed it in his own new tomb that he had cut out of the rock. He rolled a big stone in front of the entrance to the tomb and went away. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary were sitting there opposite the tomb. Experts say that stone was about 2,000 or 3,000 pounds, so there's no way that from the inside Jesus could have rolled that stone away. The angel came down, rolled that stone away, and sat on it. I love it. The guard at the tomb. The next day, the one after preparation day, the chief priests and the Pharisees went to Pilate. "Sir," they said, "we remember that while he was still alive, that deceiver said, 'After 3 days I will rise again.' So give the order for the tomb to be made secure until the 3rd day. Otherwise, his disciples may come and steal the body and tell the people that he has been raised from the dead. This last deception will be worse than the first." "Take a guard," Pilate answered. "Go, make the tomb as secure as you know how." So they went and made the tomb secure by putting a seal on the stone and posting the guard. Here's a commentary on Matthew's version of the burial. That evening, a rich man from Arimathea named Joseph asked Pilate if he could bury Jesus' body. Joseph was a prominent member of the Sanhedrin who had objected to their denunciation of Jesus. He had also become a disciple and wanted to honor his Lord with a proper burial. Though the Romans would typically leave the victims' bodies to rot on the crosses, Pilate respected his request. Joseph then placed the body in his new tomb, thus fulfilling Isaiah 53:9, and rolled a giant stone against the entrance. The following day, the chief priests and the Pharisees met with Pilate. The Jewish leaders were aware of Jesus' claim that he would rise again and were fearful that Jesus' disciples would steal the body, announce that he was raised from the dead, and deceive the people. So Pilate granted a guard of soldiers and the sealing of the tomb. So Jesus was placed in that brand new tomb. Thank goodness for Joseph of Arimathea for donating that to him. But then the people got scared, right? So what did Pilate do? He posted a Roman guard and had it sealed. So, with all that going on, you would think there's no way Jesus could resurrect and get out of the tomb, but he did. So come back tomorrow as we read the exciting story about the resurrection of Jesus from the dead. We'll see you tomorrow. I would also love to answer any question you may have about how to put your faith in Jesus, the Christmas story, Easter story, anything at all. You can contact me through my website, which is nancyjoy2u. That's nancyjoy, the number 2, the letter u.com. You can also email me at nancyjoy2u@gmail.com. Hope to see you tomorrow.